Hi guys, this is IFBB Pro Theresa Ivancik coming at you with episode 5 of Whatever It Takes. These are presented by Iron Mag Labs, and please feel free to use my promo code Theresa15 for 15% off your order. Today I want to go over a little bit about different kinds of diets. So when picking the correct diet, are you going to know exactly which one is going to work for you? Probably not. So I'll use myself as an example. I'm still dabbling with the diets. I know kind of which ones I like. I know which ones I don't like. I know which ones work, and I kind of know which ones don't work. This is over a course of 10 years of doing competitions. And as the body changes each time that you go into a competition, the diet should never really be the same. So if you came in, at a certain weight at one show, it doesn't mean that you're going to be on the same diet and the same weight for the next show. So each time you do diet, you really need to change up, your proteins, your carbs, your vegetables, your fats of what you're doing depending on what the body looks like. So try not to use the same diet that you've used, in the past. I have done pretty much 3 basic of the diets, which most of you are probably well aware of. I have done carb cycling into my preps, where you're going to have a high carb day, a low carb day, and then you're also going to have a medium day. And these days just kind of bounce around depending on the physique. Whenever you do need a high carb day, you'll take it, or most of the times you'll be on your low, or you might be on a moderate. It just depends on how your body's adapting at that period of time. I have also done keto. So doing the keto, that was a change for me because I've never done it before. And I will say, going from eating all the food and then slowly pushing myself into that keto state was kind of hard. I didn't get any headaches. Most will say you will get headaches when you do that transition from no carbs. I was lucky enough to not experience that. But that is not my favorite. I was very, very tired. It took a lot for me to do and complete my workouts. I felt flat, most of the times, but it did help conditioning with myself. And I've also done the diets where there is absolutely no fat and there's all carbs. And I felt like I came in a lot more harder and tighter with those ones. Still all kind of at the end of the day the same package. Just I would say the difference would be the detailed work. Actually how conditioned I was, how hard I was, or whatnot. And once you go into peak week, things change too. So when I was on the keto, I ended up adding in the carbs towards the end to do the carb up. Again, I don't know which one I would actually still say that I actually like to do, or what I think is that definitely going to work. I am in hopes to compete next year, as I am taking this year off, doing a lot of business things and meeting a lot of different people, working within the industries, and helping a lot of my clients. So I'm hoping to start prepping for the following year of 2019 later on this year, getting a few things out of my way. And then I'll make a decision on kind of which way I want to start dieting. Right now, current diet is absolutely nothing that you would think of. I may eat 3 times a day, I may eat twice a day, I might eat once a day. I don't base upon that, I don't stress upon that. If I want Wendy's, I get Wendy's, and Arby's, I get Arby's, and I have eaten pretty much fast food almost every single day. Have I gained any weight in a bad way? No, because I am still adding up my caloric intake and not overdoing it, but I'm also still training. I'm adding in a little bit of cardio if I feel like I need to do cardio. And I just have fun. If you constantly are doing 6 meals a day, like 365, it gets boring, it gets old, you lose your determination, you lose your focus. So I like to have a little bit more of a chilled and laid back. If I want to drink sometime, I'm going to have a drink. But other than that, there's other diets out there. Some people play with the flexible dieting. I am non-experienced in that department. I don't really value that opinion on the flexible dieting. I feel that that is a touchy subject between a lot of people. I feel that the carbs, they need to be clean carbs still. You don't need flour from the donuts or the Pop-Tarts and pastries. I don't agree with that kind of dieting per se, so I don't, again, know too much about that. Again, for me, I just feel like sugar is sugar to the body, and that just does not do good for anybody, and it can add up over time. And I feel like I'd rather not have to haul ass in the gym. I'd rather just stick to my basic routine and not have to say, oh, I gotta burn off that Oreo. But other than that, I mean, those are your pretty much basics of diets. I'm sure some of you guys have had different ones, but those are pretty much the basic ones. In order to get like leaned and conditioned, you know, it's always the factor of the carbs. But again, if you're, you know, one of those crazy freaks that need those carbs, I've seen people that have, you know, 800 to 1,000 carbs a day. I mean, again, it just depends on the person, and depends on, you know, the coach that you're with. Just be big on communication with your coach so they can make the correct adjustments, you know, so you don't go flat and so you remain full. I've noticed too on keto, my blood sugar levels would drop a lot. You know, if I was burning, you know, too much and I was coming up on time to be due to eat, I would definitely need to eat. But, you know, you got to dig deep and keep pushing through, because at the end of the day, it is a diet, it is a goal, and I'm not on that diet all year round. I don't recommend that anybody is on that diet all year round, just because, you know, you can't remain at that low body fat percentage. It's very unhealthy and very unsafe. But play around, see what works best for you. Like I said, you're not going to pretty much nail it the first round on going into shows, but use all your shows as experience to figure out, you know what, hey, like my body did respond better to carbs, or hey, it did respond better to fat. So grab a notebook, keep track of all your food that you're eating. A lot of people like to use the FitnessPal and things like that, but like kind of like monitor at the bottom of it, like, hey, I had a good pump, or hey, I was flat, or I was really tired today. So go back and look at what you had, you know, because obviously those foods aren't working for you, or they're doing phenomenal things for you. So it's all trial and error. It's have fun to figure out which way is going to be best for your physique. So this is the conclusion for this episode, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again. Thanks.